Immerse yourself in peace and there are no fish required. Well, that's what I'll keep telling myself anyway. No target to be achieved, just perhaps one of solitude. Sometimes all it takes is an hour, half an hour even, and the soul can be filled with enough joy to last a whole day, maybe even longer. It starts the day right, a jog or walk, or even to throw a lure through a flooding channel. It matters not what you do in the grand scheme of things, just so long as you make the effort. It's all about being there. Half an hour either side of sunrise is the one. Being outside at the best time of day, it feeds the soul. Back in time for breakfast, they didn't even know I was gone. It's so easy to snooze the alarm, roll over, pretend it never happened. It occurs frequently, unfortunately, trust me. But when I can be bothered, an enchanted world awaits. Fish or no fish, there's more than enough life out there to quench the passion. I always come away with something. Maybe I've learned something about my quarry I didn't realise before. It could be as simple as the feeling of elation that you get when you're out there alone and everyone else is sleeping. Well, nearly everyone. Maybe it's a result of getting older, but I found that things have slowed down somewhat. Not time. Time hurtles by at a pace like never before. The years are much shorter than they used to be, or at least that's how it seems. It's me. I tend to be slower. Pace has gone. A leisurely amble will suffice these days, and where I used to rush around at 100 miles an hour, frightened I might miss something, now I tend to relax more, take it in my stride and enjoy the moment for the moment. Time moves. I can't control that, but I can control my emotions. Live for the now with my eyes opened up wider than they've ever been before. To dwell on the moment is to fulfill that moment completely. So enough of all that, let's get back to the fishing. As you would have seen, I spent time recently out lure fishing, both at sunrise and at sunset. They're equally as beautiful in their own ways. I started bass fishing with the surface lures. It's so easy. Not the catching, the fishing itself. A sling bag across my shoulder and a rod. It couldn't be much simpler. Sometimes I catch one or two small bass, sometimes I get a rise or a follow, sometimes nothing at all. But in a strange way, I never leave disappointed. The next trip was early evening on another glorious day. I think my adversity to hot sunny weather lends itself well to being someone who enjoys the start and the end of the day. This particular session saw me back at the same spot, but this time targeting the mullet. It was apparent on the previous trip that they were there in numbers, and thought a little baited spinner might be worth a shot. I actually caught some fish on this trip, not the intended quarry, but a handful of small prickly bass were more than welcome. Standing there, waist deep, with the tide flooding all around me, wading birds calling to each other, and a pluck on the rod tip every so often, I was in heaven, just for a while, a happy place. I fished multiple locations this time around, hopping in the car and making my way to other spots I thought might produce. You see, the mullet that live in this area have haunted me for years. I know where to find them. Catching them is another matter entirely. I think I must have made around 35 last casts. Each minute that passed, the sunset got more and more stunning. Lapwings clung onto the last of the uncovered flats, and gulls circled noisily above, feasting on flying ants. The drone from the nearby road paled into insignificance, the colours of the sky, blues, purples and orange, reflecting on the water's surface. It was incredible. I watched a pair of shell ducks as the sky became too dark to fish, and waded out of the water and back towards the car. They say some things money can't buy, and I for one wholeheartedly agree.